Okay, hello and welcome to the Equestrian Style Diaries. Tack Room Talk. Here I am with my bestie Kathryn.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Mel, and thanks for following the journey with us. So we just wanted to have a bit of a chat. It's been a whirlwind few months, or 6 months, I must say. So much has happened, and we said we need to do a podcast. We really need to put all of this into words.
And we get a lot of questions. So a lot of people asking for information. So we're old ladies. We might as well share what we know from experience.
Exactly. So I just thought we might start with a little bit of an introduction as to who we are and how we came to be sitting here. Yeah. So all right, so I'll start. So Equestrian Style, the website is my baby, my creation, and it's a collaborative website that just is everything equestrian. Is basically the whole equestrian world in one handy spot.
It's universe. It's the equestrian universe.
It's about supporting people and supporting businesses and supporting breed associations and basically anything to do with equestrian lifestyle. And the Equestrian Style Diaries actually started because Kathryn and I, in our later years, said, we really love ponies and we really want to go back to that, back to riding ponies. So, I might let Kathryn talk about her pony a little bit first.
Okay, yeah. Great. So my pony, I bred my pony, and his name is Angelo Congarini Frangelico. So his mum's name was Frangipani, his dad's name was Astra Champagne, so I went with alcohol and went
nice.
Frangelico.
Nothing wrong with Frangelico.
Love the Frangelico. So I went, and if it's a girl, it could have been Coco, boy, Angelo. So that's how his name came along. So we bred him, and we bred him from my little daughter's, well, now big daughter's mare that was hers when she was little. So I had her. An interesting story is that I got that mare because I had been doing many years of IVF, many years of trying to fall pregnant. I'd been married like about 18 years by that point. Still no kids, or 17 years, whatever it was. And got this little mare because I went, she was a foal, and I went, stuff it, I'm having a baby. So I got the foal. And so this little mare was Ruby, my oldest daughter's little pony, and Heidi's little pony as well, and bred with her. So we ended up with Angelo, and then he turns out he's a really lovely pony. And so we're going, like who should I show with? What would be a good pony for me? Mel's gone, let me have a look at him, and she's gone, that's the pony.
You've got this pony sitting in the back paddock.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him for years, and I'm like, I think
he was a little scruffy little thing,
and you were like, and then
he turned into a nicer pony.
Yeah, I do remember you brought him out here and pulled him off the float, and I said, well, if you don't ride him, I will.
That's
he
it.
was just,
and he's a perfect size, and he's really strong. So he's just grown into this really lovely bigger pony, I guess. He's still measured just a smidge under 13 hands, but he's just got this big body, so it works out really well for me. So
he's in a 5'6" rug.
Yeah,
he is a tank. Yeah, he's literally a Galloway with short legs.
Yeah, bit like me.
Yeah,
full size, but short legs.
Yes, exactly. So so once Kathryn decided she was doing things with Angelo, I had been semi looking for a pony, but not really very aggressively. And I thought, right, I think I need to get a pony as well. So I started looking a little bit further afield and didn't want something that was too old, didn't want something that I had to pay a huge amount of money for, didn't have a huge amount of money, and didn't want to travel too far. So started to put out some feelers, and long story short, little G came along. He was, not in my perfect breed. He was a little small, and I ideally wanted a Palomino, but he had qualifications for Sydney Royal. So,
and I'm saying I'm going, so just got to come.
And I went, okay, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? I can get him and potentially give him some education and sell him on. So I bought him, and he's not getting sold on. He is part of my family now forever, and he has just been the best, absolute best thing that I ever did. So
yeah, and I guess I landed in the situation with going to Sydney Royal myself for the first time, but I had been with my daughters for the previous 5 years, but I landed in that situation because my younger one decided she didn't want to ride anymore, and my older one was just had no horse at the time, and I had the qual for Angelo, so went, I'm going to go myself. Literally just went, stuff it, I'm doing it myself, and that's when I brought him out. And so going through all of that and landing in this situation where I've got this beautiful quality pony, but he's what am I to do? I've got this pony that's there and sitting and doing nothing, and you've gone, let's ride him and let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then Mel got hers, and so all of a sudden we started this whole we're going.
The Equestrian Style Diaries were born.
Yeah.
So I think we might just reel it back then to go our first show. So this is the end of 2025. I bought G in November. And we went, okay, right, what's on? So Bangalore show was literally the next weekend.
That's right.
We said, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we went up to Bangalore show, had an absolute ball,
an
absolute cracker of a weekend. The show ground is beautiful.
Yeah.
The show was fabulous.
There was a beer tent. So we were all good.
Yeah, it was overlooking the showground with country music playing and steak sandwiches, and we just went, this is just absolutely fantastic.
And the other thing that Bangalore did was they had the the stock horses working on the arena for the evening. So it was almost like an entertainment too. We loved it.
Yeah.
And like you say, the stable was right near us. Yeah. We were sitting in the tent.
Yeah. We could literally see the ponies from our seat. Yeah. We were sitting there with a beer.
Yeah, because remember, this is a new pony for you.
Yes.
So didn't know how he'd go in the stable, didn't know what was going to happen.
No, and our stables are right there. They were perfect, of course. And so then we said, you know what? People need to know how wonderful this is. How can we let people know that showing is not just about what's in the program and winning the ribbons? Showing is about this whole experience. It's like camping and caravanning with horses. How do we get other people to come along with our journey? And I had mentioned that back in my eventing days when I started eventing, and often you're on private properties and you didn't really know where you were going. John and Pip put out this little book called The Eventer's Handbook, and it was $12. I think it was a little paperback, and they were very experienced, and so it had every single event. It had the logistics of the entries and the date of close of entries and all that boring stuff. But then it also had, where the fuel was and where the petrol was and whether you had to make your own yards or whether you could book stables and
could you camp? Was there electricity?
Yeah.
Water?
Whether you had to bring your own water, all of the logistics. And I would not have made it through that season, without that Eventer's Handbook, because it was just information that wasn't readily out there.
So what approximate, was this the 90s? I think it was the 90s when that was out.
Yeah, this was 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so then fast forward and you all of a sudden get the internet and no need for this magazine, and such a shame because such a great...
Yes.
Great.
It literally was worn thin. So that's, I guess, where we're coming from is that old school, well, let's start a blog about the shows. And if you are, a first timer going to the shows, or maybe you're getting back into it, or maybe you don't even have a horse, you just want to come along for the fun, you might want to volunteer.
Yeah.
Or you might want to come along with a friend who is riding. There's more to it than just the horse part of it.
Well, interestingly, when we talk about Bangalore, we don't talk about what ribbons we won. We've literally just talked, and it's not been one single ribbon.
And we won heaps of ribbons. Not,
No, absolutely. But it's just that the things that come up in your mind are, how we had the fun, how we were there together, how we had the tent that had the beer and the what was going on around the place. And it just makes it's so memorable. It's like a mini getaway break sort of thing. But by the way, we've got our ponies and we're living our best life with them. So it's very fun.
So that's basically how that happened. And then we basically decided to go to Sydney. So our entries went in not long after that. We had Dorigo show, and then entries had to go in.
Last show of the year we could put in.
So then it was a new world for us, because it was we are going to Sydney. And this is happening, and the countdown started.
We had a bit of a hold your breath, and just before Christmas, we got that. You're accepted. Yes, we had the quals, and we obviously submitted them, and that's a whole other thing there. But
that's another blog post.
Yeah, so you sort of submit your entries, and you're like, we go.
Yes, and I was very anxious about that. I hadn't competed at Sydney since I was a teenager. and had always planned to get back there and just never had. So it's really been a big life-changing moment for me to just get back there and be part of it. That's
like
all I wanted.
Circle.
Just want to be part of it.
Yeah, exactly. And it was fun. And you know, you just think, okay, we're going this perfect timing. The horses are sound. We're sound. Hopefully.
Yep.
Everything's good with us. We've got the entries. You know, we put them in. Everything's sort of all just come together. And here we go. We've got somebody to go with.
Yes.
Because I've done so many years. And yes, just with my daughters, which is obviously awesome. And they got to ride. I didn't ride. But now all of a sudden, the focus had changed because of what had happened with, I guess, life. And we're both going and we could do it. So that was it's just like this magical sort of coming together and this is going to work for us. So it's very, very good.
Yeah. So there are a lot of blog posts actually on the Equestrian Style Diaries about
the road to it.
The road to Sydney Royal, and you can follow us. We literally, talk about the lead up to that and how we're feeling and how our horses are going. We then blogged all the way through the Easter show.
Yeah.
We've come out the other side and then we went straight smack into the show run. We literally we left Sydney Royal on the Friday morning, the 10th.
Yeah.
And we drove from there to Warhope and we stayed at Warhope show, which was so much fun in itself again.
Yeah, and the ponies loved that because it was I think they loved it. The stables were open and it was a different to the enclosed cage sort of feeling at Sydney Royal. So even though we'd stopped on the way home, and we can't go the entire way because we're too far from Sydney anyway, so we have to offload, and they enjoyed those stables because they were all of a sudden could see each other and they were like an old, married couple. Oh my gosh, they could see each other.
Yes.
And it was, very cute. And
they loved it, yes. So that was really good for us to just have that little breather as well. And then we went straight into the North Coast New South Wales show run. So it's been back-to-back shows pretty much every weekend, sometimes even midweek shows, which the last one just finished. Bellingen show finished yesterday. So we're pretty tired, pretty happy, but pretty tired. And that's the other reason why we thought this is a good way to round up where we are. And obviously we've been entering all of our performances into our Equestrian Style members section, ready to go to the next Sydney Royal. We've been talking it up already, making our plans, and that's probably a good time to looking forward to the next Sydney Royal, thinking about the last one and what's to come to the next one. What were some of the best moments and maybe some of the not so great moments at Sydney. And moving forward, what do you think you might want to change?
Okay, so for me, it was obviously incredibly exciting. It was a personal goal of mine. Since I've been a little girl, I used to walk around that Sydney Royal. I was a dancer. My mum had me in dancing. All I wanted to do was horse ride, like crazy horse kid, get older. But as a young person walking through those stables, just imagining and just this whole world was just blew me away.
Yep.
And so I was going for my first time, so I was super excited, got my gorgeous pony, have that relationship going there. But what was so fantastic for me was having you basically with me, another adult, somebody who could, be a part of it. Like taking the girls, obviously heaps of fun, love that. But there isn't another adult to rely on. So if something goes wrong with a car, for example, or something, you got somebody else to bounce things off. And the other thing was the bump in is quite a lot of work. So somebody who's there. But the best thing about the whole thing is that we had obviously each other down there and we're just having the time of our lives, living literally seriously having so much fun. And so that was a real incredible highlight for me, just having that companionship and that friendship. And we just got along so well through the whole thing. And, there was it was no pressure or, obviously try and turn up on time and all of that sort of stuff, but just having that other person to help. So for me, a really big, fantastic part of it was having you there and not being alone, basically, being with a friend and having that fun time. If I was to say a not so good thing, would be the bumping is very hard and the bump out's very hard. So there's a time restriction. You can't come in before. You have to go at a certain time. And you're wheeling off everything and putting it in because you don't park. You're about 2 kilometres from it, and you're usually arriving at night. It's getting dark. I've done it at gone back to the car park around midnight. It's quite, and I'd be by myself in the previous years because I didn't have I wouldn't take the girls out the back in that area, so by myself. But
and we will go in detail with that in another blog post where we will literally take you through step by step, because it's not that daunting if you have a game plan, but you must have a game plan.
So then I would say, so that's the not so good part. But what was good is that I was forced to condense what I take to Sydney, because Mel is like, I'm uber organized as well, but Mel is like clutter free. So I had to clean out my horse float. I had to streamline what I take. Like, instead of taking 3 spare girths, although that may have been, I did have probably in the float still 3 spare girths, but not taking so much stuff. So when the unload come, that actually, so something bad that could have been bad, actually, because of the preparation, what we talked about beforehand, made it actually turned around and made it good.
We had a wheelie bin each. We really said, right,
condense it down.
So we still probably had a little bit extra, but you always want to have that.
So that was sort of something that's hard turned good. So what would you say was your favorite parts as well?
Yeah, my favorite part was just getting back out there as well. I think I had set some personal goals previously as far as just my own personal fitness and my own personal ability to be able to do things. So I did have a back injury a few years back, and then I'd gained some weight and my movement wasn't that great. So I'd really set that personal goal. I wasn't riding. He was only in hand classes, but I have to run, and I can tell you now, I am not a runner. Not a runner. So that was
run quick. Fall down on your face.
So that was to be out there and feeling strong and feeling fit, and just to be able to run with that pony and feel really comfortable, and I could keep going. I wasn't feeling struggling. That was huge. That was a huge moment for me. I felt really, really happy in myself. And I just love the fact that when you go to Sydney, it's like the curtain goes down on everything else in the world, and you are in that bubble, and I can't get enough of it. Everything. And we still didn't get to do everything.
We're like showgirls.
I know.
It's like this addiction
we
to
just love
being
it.
at a show.
So we went to the members bar every day. We didn't get tanked. We would have one drink. But you've got the big screen, and we would have lunch there, or sometimes we'd have tea, and then we walked around the pavilions, and we got food from the food truck. So there's something different to do every night. Sometimes we just had bickies and cheese, and snacks back back at the stables. So every day there was something different. We had these beautiful walks that you could go out to the grassed area, and it's on a really lovely track. And I had some lovely chats with people walking, met some people, had some really lovely chats. And again, it's just about being part of it, moving your body, walking with the horse, seeing how the horse is going, keeping them happy and comfortable. We went on quite a few walks around the stables with our horses as well. Honestly, I just can't get enough of it. I am one of those crazy people, full confession, that when I smell horse manure and straw combined, that smell, I have visions of the old Sydney Royal, because it was all straw. So I just love it. I love everything about it. The other thing that I really did love was having those tack shops there on site. In particular, Wagner's. Big shout out to Wagner's Sabri. They are just epic. And so I was able to, I had just purchased a new saddle for G when I was in New Zealand, and I needed a bridle. So we went and saw Pete and Carolyn, and I said, well, can I, get a made to measure bridle? I want it to go with this saddle. And it so happens that his work is so amazing and his fitting is so perfect that we just picked up an off the shelf bridle that matched perfectly with my saddle. It even had the little pigskin print on it.
Divine.
And I just couldn't be happier with it. I also...
It's almost like another addiction, the whole bridle thing.
I thought I was going to... And I was prepared to get a made-to-measure girth because I had tried a couple of girths, and being a little pony, we were struggling. And he just had one there in stock because this is what he makes, every day. Yeah. And it was just the perfect size, the perfect shape. It has
the
not
softest
moved.
leather, like butter soft.
Yeah.
Seriously, so incredible luxury.
Must say, did a bit of shopping at Wagner's. Got a new pair of the beautiful boots.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The matching spur straps. So everything was just amazing, but it's nice.
I'm just wondering, is Jack going to watch this video? Like, do we just confess?
He doesn't watch. He doesn't know how to watch podcasts. No,
Yeah, thank you.
But so it's nice to actually, we all do online shopping and all those sorts of things, but to be able to see it and feel it and buy those long-term pieces, these are investment pieces. This pony, he's got this bridle for the long haul now. So I'm really, really happy with that, to get those things and to get their advice, because these guys know what they're doing, and, you can't get that advice online. They know.
And just to say, we're not financially sponsored in any way by Wagners. This just happened to be an experience of ours. And the other thing that was so awesome for me was my pony had put on that bit of top line, and his saddle was sitting a bit high, so it would go forward. And I went and asked Pete and Caroline about it, and Pete came over to my stable. I mean, how incredible was that? And so he literally went, "Yep, know exactly. Take it away." I said, "Oh, by the way, how much is that going to cost?" And he said $100. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Yeah. I was looking at $100.
You were like getting your wallet out.
Yeah, I'm like, "Let me pay."
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because I was going to have to pay $100 to post the thing to somewhere, get it done, then post it back. And so I was $200 before I even got it touched. So he came to my stable, put it on, literally took it away. He said, "Give it to me. I'll just make sure it's okay." And he said he brought it back whatever hours later and put it on, and literally it was perfect. He goes, I said, "Well, can I pay you now?" He goes, "No, don't pay me now. Just let's make it perfect. Use it, ride in it, see how it is tomorrow." And I went and rode in it, and it was literally, he had taken the stuffing out, and he said, "These particular saddle, I got a Steuben. They did tend to sit high on these little ponies. They're a little bit sort of like, he's a little bit sort of chunky monkey." And so it was sitting high. He's made it sit exactly perfect. He knew exactly where to take the stuffing out. And then so I had the one ride, and I went, and he goes, "No, you don't pay me till tomorrow." And I've gone, No, let me pay you now. It's perfect. I'm so happy with it.
Change your mind.
So no, that was incredible. So having that there, and then I'll also shout out to trail racers there too, and they basically look after you for everything you need as well. So there's a couple of saddleries there. You're not going to be stuck, and that helps me, because I do have a thing where I like to pack 50,000 of one thing in case something breaks, in case I might need it. So with the whole paring back and making sure I've only got certain things, that makes me comfortable to know if I break this.
Trail Race had a heap of your consumable type things. So I think we bought some makeup. I bought some calming paste, just that vitamin B, the electrolyte paste as well.
That beautiful clothes.
Everything. And then also is Starlight Brow Bands is just down the way as well. So they have like every kind of coloured brow band.
I bought the brow band from Wagner's for Angelo, because his brow band was pinching his little ears.
Yes.
The one I had is just happened to be, it's a bit of a bigger head. I know, it's a bit of a big boy. He's only 13 hands, just under.
Yeah,
he's
a chunky monkey.
So it was a bit tight. So they had the perfect one for me too.
So there's shopping down there, but it's that sort of shopping that we love our local shops.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that kind of shopping, you can't get that sort of shopping anywhere. So it's almost worth the trip to Sydney for the saddle fit, the bridle fit.
Yeah. I'll be taking down my other saddle next year. I was thinking my little jump saddle, I've got to get that done. So what would you say were the not so good parts about Sydney? What was your least sort of...
Okay, so probably similar to you. I think the bump in and the bump out is, it's not ideal. In a perfect world, we would love to just be able to pull up at our stable, but we have to remember, you are taking the country to the city. We are going to a major area. There are literally thousands of people coming in.
100,000 a day usually. So over the course of it, it's over 1 million people. It's a lot.
Hundreds of animals. We've all got to compromise, and we were looked after super well. The guys in the car parking areas, everybody was very friendly. But that is not ideal. So it's just something you have to be organised for. And we did it. Like it really wasn't that much of an issue. And the other thing obviously was the loft ladder. So I normally don't go over the third rung on a ladder. I'm not. Don't run. Don't climb ladders.
What is it? You get scared of heights.
Yeah, something like that. Like I'm short, and I'm designed to be close to the ground, I think, unless I'm on a horse. So I did. Look, probably 12 months ago, I would not have had the strength to get up that ladder. No word of a lie. But I just went, and I was feeling good in myself, and I thought, you know what, you have to do it. You have to do it, and you can do it. And I just went one rung at a time, and I was fine. So it's not ideal, not a perfect situation, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And again, I think if you know what you're getting yourself into, you know, don't take too much stuff up there. We literally just went up there to sleep and back down. And you had advised me to get the eye mask, which was perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I couldn't do the
earplugs. Oh, that's right. I have to have the earplugs and the eye mask.
But yeah, look, it was great. That was probably the worst thing. But look, there is no downsides to Sydney Royal. Honestly, if you love it, you love it, and we love it. So what can we say? It's just been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I think we will talk a lot more in, you know, future blog posts. We'll go into a lot more detail about how you can qualify for Sydney. You know, things like bumping in and bumping out, where to go, what to pack, how to get in and out as easy and efficiently as you possibly can. Yeah,
and recording your results along the way. Obviously, Equestrian Style Diaries has that down so perfectly. It's beautiful. Yep. But yeah, there needs to be we need to do a blog post on that to tell people how to do that and what you need to record as well. Obviously, we've got the what you need to qualify, but what you need to record too. So.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So that's going to be in the future post, and obviously, if there's anything specific that you want us to cover, please leave the comments below. We would. We love to talk, so we'd love to talk about it.
Well, if they're a member on Equestrian Style, you can go into the Tack Room chat and put in a question as well. We would read it from there. True. We would see that. Yep. So you could do it in the YouTube link as well as on the actual equestrianstyle.com.au. Yep. And go to the Tack Room and put in a chat item.
And there's also a horse chat section in there as well, where you can. We do have heading Sydney Royal in there. You could certainly throw something in there as well. Yeah. So happy to answer your questions. But it's onward and upward to the next one. And
I think we need to go through our list. And if anybody can tell me what I can, maybe I'd love to add in, but pair out as well. That might be a good one too for a future one.
Yes, and bearing in mind that you're shopping down there, maybe you don't need to take all the stuff because you do come back with a bit of extra stuff. So
well, I cleaned out my float. I bought my float 5 years ago, and literally that was probably the first time I'd ever emptied it out before letting you pack in. Yeah. And actually did me a real big favour there. So, you know.
But it was awesome taking the two ponies in one float. We said, why do we need to take a float?
And especially with the fuel costs, like at that time, people were worried about, like obviously the fuel has increased in price.
Yep. Were we going to get fuel?
Yeah, well, that was a real worry too. So this was a way for us to actually share the costs as well. So it was not just a fun thing; it was a practical thing as well. And we could all fit in. And literally, we've got a 3-horse angle load float. We've got 2 little ponies, and we managed to fit in.
Yeah, but we didn't have an inch to square.
No,
not
an inch.
At the back of the car.
Yeah.
The back seat or the float was packed up to the wazoo. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah. But okay. Well, I think that concludes our inaugural podcast. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our membership in equestrianstyle.com.au and come along and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.